Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Sine Mora. Today we're going to be continuing on from Stage 4, Cardinal Canyon. I got the Garai on the Little Moon. The sons and daughters of this lazy, simple nation support their slovenly way of life with their constitutional right to hold and trade military-grade robotics. Why I bought a Garai is simple. It's top of the line and the pride of the Empire. I found pleasure in the irony. Perhaps it's of greater interest why I tested it in the Cardinal Canyon, 34 circles before the factory that builds this model was even constructed. Amusing though that may be, that's not why I came. Memories guided me, memories of my son. He was a child. He was just a child when we came here to hunt. It was a perfect place for a boy adventurer, thoroughly exotic. If it rained steaming, acrid heat, but our hunt was looked over by brilliant sunlight. A psychiatrist would easily arrive at a diagnosis. I tested the freshly purchased Garai at that very time in this very place because I wished to punish the Empire the very moment it stuck its toe into my paradise. That psychiatrist would be right. If only I had spent more time with my son, maybe if I still could, my heart would find peace. The Cardinal Canyon is a sacred place to me.
Ez egészen fantasztikus.
Felhőfalók. Felszívják és lepárolják a légkörben keringő szplendriumot.
Megnézzünk egyet közelről.
Csak óvatosan, fiam, és gyorsan. Valószínűleg van valamilyen védelmi mechanizmusuk.
Döbbenetes. Ez baromi jól néz ki.
Lent várlak, hogy 2 tucat dühös rovar társaságában.
We get the rare opportunity to play as Kasa's son. And this is about the point where the game is going to start ramping the difficulty up. It's not quite there yet. Stage 5 is where I really find that it gets tough. Also, it's really nice that I get to make it out of here with 3 stocks of firepower.
Előtted vagyok, úgy 200 alegységgel. Vigyázz a bogarakkal, ami ugyanolyan veszélyes, mint a te csúszid.
This is probably one of my favorite environments. We've seen this once before so far, this tile set, but shit, it's gorgeous and lush. It's kind of a rainforest environment. Also, in case you're wondering, the guy who did the designs in this worked on some of the EVAs in Evangelion, and he directed a segment in the Animatrix. I think his name is Mahiro Maeda. I also found out that there was a Mad Max anime in production that he was doing the art for. Then it got killed off and they used some of the production art of his for Fury Road. So he is the guy to thank for some of the cool designs you've seen so far and some of the ones coming up. Especially the boss of this area, who's kind of like a bigger version of these mosquitoes, but it's very nifty mechanical mosquito design. Also, the boss of the next stage is the boss of the first half of the next stage.
Ez vezet minket a libel nyomára. Látod?
Igen, megvan.
This part is hard, but I have a lot of time capsule, and I think I have a plan for this. Okay, my shield triggered. I'm just gonna go for it. This is the only problem with this plan. This is okay, though. If I only take 1 penalty going through here, I'll be kind of happy about that. This canyon normally sucks to do. Okay, yeah, that's normally kind of hard. They don't give you too much to burn your time capsule on leading up to this point. So, I guess they balance it around you having that bar full.
Készen egyszer leszállok a következő tisztáson. Ripityára ment a szeleprendszer. Gyere utánam! Ez itt nem egy emberes darab, ráadásul nagyon dühös, amiért megzavartuk.
It's an ancient predator, but it's clearly like this rusted iron mechanical thing. It gives me enslaved vibes. Like the robotics, the machines are just natural parts of the ecosystem somehow. Okay, I didn't have to burn another sub-weapon on that midsection. Fuck. That caught me off guard. I would ideally like to have gotten under it to the bottom right. Okay, this is going okay, though. Still has a few things left on the wings. No more. This is a really easy attack to deal with because you can shoot those orange balls as long as you're moving vertically.
Le van gyengülve, el tudom kapni.
Oh, that's bullshit. Okay, this thing follows a really simple pattern. It'll come right through the water, and then it'll do a circle, and it'll follow the same arc every time. Now this is all that's left. He does 2 dives to the left, and then I don't know what he does after that because he always dies for me after those 2 dives.
Gratulálok, fiam.
The next part coming up is another factory stage. It's a tiny bit harder. Iborg or Aborg. I don't think it's supposed to be AI. Pretty sure it's I. And our sub-weapon for this one is the Sonic Sword, which happens to be really useful for the boss of this stage.
Hatos töltet kint. Elértem a belső gyűrűt.
First part, we have crushers to deal with and turrets. Yeah. Shit, man. I'm gonna have to let... Oh no, it bounced back. That's okay. I'll let him come through the crusher, and this thing will take another 2. Good. There are 2 types of turrets there. There's the one that shoot the really big circular or spherical projectiles that move very, very quickly. And then the ones that shoot the normal bullets. So the ones that shoot the spherical projectiles are way more dangerous because of how fast they move. Other than that, there's nothing really left in this stage that's that dangerous. We're actually coming up on the boss now. So yeah, this is going to go pretty smooth. Angrenast. So for this phase, I'm gonna just stay right up in the glass shielding his face. That's gonna be the target all throughout this. These glass panels. And then I'm gonna hang out towards the back for this one. And thanks to all the firepower we're carrying into this section, which we could very easily not have because that canyon bit in 4A. But thanks to all this firepower, we get a nice wide shot. This is the most difficult part of the fight. If I only have 1 sub-weapon stock, so I'm not going to do that. I could just get up right close to it and take all of those turrets out at once, but this is an easy enough pattern to dodge through. Oh, I did get clipped by... I think something that was rotating in the background that I didn't pay any mind to.
Nem jó, Driád, ez nagyon nem jó. Úgy néz ki, hogy bent ragadtam. Durak! Kell lennie valami kijáratnak a mennyezeten! Felesleges. Belenéztem a könyvbe. Ma van a napom. Ennyi volt. Detonálok. Nem! A kurva életbe, Durak!
a gem among the stones. This is how she thought of herself and how she lived her life. We envied her for it, and we hated her for it. But she fought for our cause, so we put up with her constant personal insults, her relentless pride, and her pretension. Durak, the last Enki aristocrat, died that day at the Cardinal Canyon, her body encased in molten metal. But at that moment, we finally recognized the worth she always claimed to possess. Was she a hero? The old world died along with her. That was the world that still had heroes to give. We're a defeated band of war survivors. We would be afforded no heroes alive or dead. The winners write the history books, and that is not our privilege. We will eternally be sinners and criminals. This is not what Durak deserved. She hoped to leave a loftier legacy. At the very least, she left an indelible mark on me. It was she who made me realize that we can gain no satisfaction from being the hunters, and certainly not from being the hunted. If we cannot become heroes, we must become demons. Demons of a timeless world, nightmares of the Lael Empire. The plan was a mad and desperately complex one. Return to the day of the bombing, reach the city as it falls under siege, take over the Enki aerial defense tower, then strike the bombing squad so severely that they haven't a hope of dropping their deadly cargo. This would be a mighty feat for a well-organized army, let alone a small group of 3. There's the Graveyard seeking revenge, the wavering lady who'd rather stab a knife in his back, and an Eyebot. I would seriously question the sanity of the man who conceived such an operation if that man were not myself. The Eyebot was the key. Only a Garai is capable of aiming with such accuracy, and only a programmed bucket of bolts and a blackmailed skirt could be convinced to venture into that hell in the first place. I've sent them there to change the history of our entire world, all in the hope of saving one single man.
Hadszádegységgel mögötted vagyok, a lemaradás a célig állandó, koordináták szinkronizálva.
The top-down view of the streets is not a flattering view because of how weirdly textured the streets are from that perspective, like the bird's eye view. But, man, it does no justice to how gorgeous this background is. Also, if you think the art for this game is gorgeous, check out Tony Holmston's website. He's the concept artist for the game, and there's a bunch of his stuff there. Some of these backgrounds are nearly one-to-one with it. It's pretty jaw-dropping. You know, I said in Chapter 3 things would pick up, but this is not the point, because this boss is boring as shit. We just have to take out each barrel of the laser cannon, while lasers are also dropping vertically on us. They have a nice big, like, StarCraft 2 nuclear launch detected pattern on the ground before they strike. I feel like if there's any track in the game that's like distinctly a Yamaoka track, it's this one. You can hear it in the drums. These backgrounds are so great. Oh. I actually might appreciate these more when I go back to edit this, because it's hard to really focus in on just the nicely detailed backgrounds and the aesthetic of the game. While playing, I'm kind of focused in on like the periphery of my ship and the little hitbox on it. By the way, if you've never played a shmup before, it might look a little bit weird how I'm getting through some of these projectile patterns. That's because the entire ship is not a hitbox. There's just one small dot in the center of it. Actually, each character's ship has a slightly different hitbox, which can make the game a little bit difficult. It's in slightly different positions depending on the ship. It's usually towards the center or towards the top center. Nope. Like that. That went right through the tail of the ship. That shield? Yeah. That's a good thing, because I'm going to need that shield. That shield might be become a key part of my strategy for this boss. I'm doing good on firepower and full sub-weapon stocks, so plus I have full time capsule and a shield. This boss is pretty rough, but I think it'll go okay. Steropes, yeah, Super Siege Cyclops. God, I wish I hadn't triggered the shield so early in the fight, but that's okay, we can deal with that. This boss is kind of a nightmare. Shit, that wasn't quite it. God. It's these delayed shots that he does that are the problem. Like, the really slow-moving projectiles he drops from the sky aren't that bad. And neither... it's that. He occasionally does it in, like, really long bursts, and sometimes he staggers them, and it's a nightmare trying to predict that. Ah! I got too close. I couldn't dodge that in time. We'll try that one again. Hold on. Am I seeing this right? Oh, okay. I get it now. I'm gonna sack this run. I'm an idiot. This isn't a nightmare. This is a cakewalk. I've never seen this before because I've always been too tunnel visioned on my own ship and trying to dodge projectiles. That thing on... Yeah, that sphere on his chest, whenever you hit that spot, when it's not active, like when it's not shooting at you, it counterattacks with its own projectiles. And since I always just hold down the fire button normally, I've been getting counterattacked non-stop by him, which is why I've always found him to be such a nightmare. But you take the counter shots away? Dude, this is fucking nothing. Wow. Wow, I wish I knew about that in prior playthroughs. Damn. Nice, making discoveries live on an LP. And now on to 4B, which is also a really pretty stage. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a slowdown because I hate trying to time that out. And I'll do the same thing for this train. Because if you hit the train, it's an instant death. If you get crushed up against the ceiling, same thing, instant death. Whoops. Oh no. Okay, and we've recovered. And this wave should be pretty easy. Yeah, they all do the same thing. Go from the bottom, loop from the right to the top. I wouldn't mind having a few more sub-weapon stocks for the boss, but we'll get there. pretty much with this upcoming boss, I'm gonna try to save my sub-weapons and then burn them all on the very last part of it.
Tárolt üzenet. Címzett Akita Driad. Cél 350-re, egyelőre sikeres az elterelő akció. A dombtetőn várhatóan kicsikarom a teljes harckészültséget belőlük. Csak remélni merem, hogy te is sikerrel jársz. Tárolt üzenet. Szünet.
I don't know about diesel punk or steampunk. This city looks cyberpunk. Like this, oh, this looks like something that Gibson would have thought up. Love that, the shark blimp in the background. Oh, and all the fireworks. The Zeppelin is the coolest. We don't get to fight the Zeppelin yet. It takes a while before it becomes targetable, and in the meantime, you just have to deal with a bunch of torpedoes. Luckily, not the tiny ones, though. These are pretty easy to make out, both because of their trails and because they're bright red. And decently sized, too. Also destructible, so if you get a nice pattern going, they're not a problem at all. There we go, now that we're active. I only ever got a second sub-weapon stock, huh? I panicked and burned that one. Because I took that hit and I just hit the button before I realized I had a shield up. That's okay, I think we can manage the last phase of this pretty alright with just one sub-weapon. Oh, forgot about the fire in the middle. That's actually a running theme with this boss, is giant attacks that divide the screen into a lower and an upper half. And you kind of just have to pick which side of the screen you want. Because you will get cut off from the other half. Okay, there is one more part. I was wondering. One more part before I get to the hard one, I mean. Just have to thread the needle a little bit. And up we go to the top. To its helicopter blades. That big target up top is the one that I want. Because it's sucking in all of this energy and it's about to solar beam me. Yeah, okay. With two sub-weapons, I probably could have destroyed that before I got this attack off. This one's hard. This one is... God damn. I have to find the right spot. Okay. I found it towards the end, but it didn't save me from taking a couple hits. Ah. Get myself a little bit tight in here. What's it, just one more left? Yeah, it has to be. Okay, yeah. That's it for the extraordinary Zeppelin. And that's gonna do it for Stage 5 of Sine Mora. We have, I believe, 2 stages left. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.